Imagine losing a king and finding your kingdom in total chaos. That is exactly what is happening at Anfield right now. Mohamed Salah, the man who defined an entire era for Liverpool, is gone. 9 years of pure magic wiped clean from the slate. And if that heartbeat of an attack disappearing was not enough, the club is still reeling from the tragic, heartbreaking loss of Diogo Jota. Last season was an absolute disaster, a miserable fifth-place finish, 0 silverware, and a tactical identity that completely fell apart, forcing the board to brutally sack Arne Slot. Now, the massive weight of this rebuild falls squarely on the shoulders of the new boss, Andoni Iraola. He has a 2-year contract, a squad that underperformed despite a staggering £450 million investment, and a desperate sporting director, Richard Hughes, hunting for a savior. Iraola needs a monster on the wing, someone with devastating pace who can survive his brutal high-intensity pressing system. But across London, the exact same desperation is brewing. Arsenal is preparing their own tactical ambush. Mikel Arteta has just greenlit the sale of Leandro Trossard to Besiktas for €18 million plus add-ons. It is a calculated gamble, but it leaves a massive, gaping hole on the Gunners' left flank. Arsenal's sporting director, Andrea Berta, is now hunting in the exact same waters as Liverpool. 2 English giants, both desperate, both completely re-engineering their front lines. And right in the crosshairs of this explosive Premier League warfare stands one man, a 23-year-old French phenom currently trapped in a golden cage in Paris. His name is Bradley Barcola. But before Barcola became the ultimate prize, Liverpool actually thought they had their hands on a different generational talent, a kid whose explosive rise nearly broke the European market. Enter Jean Diomande, the 19-year-old Ivorian sensation from RB Leipzig. Born in the streets of Abidjan, Diomande's journey sounds like a movie script. He moved to the United States at 15 to join the DME Academy, faced rejection during a trial with Scottish giants Rangers, but finally exploded into life at Spanish club Leganés. Leipzig snatched him up for a bargain €20 million. And what did he do? He completely tore the Bundesliga apart. In just one season, he registered a mind-blowing 13 goals and 10 assists across 36 games, easily claiming the Bundesliga Rookie of the Season award. He carried that red-hot form straight into the 2026 World Cup, winning a massive Man of the Match award against Ecuador. Liverpool saw this meteoric rise and instantly put a staggering $114 million on the table. They thought the race was won. They thought the future was secured. But then, the ultimate football predator awoke. PSG crashed the party with absolute financial brutality. PSG hijacked the deal, matching the €100 million plus evaluation, and instantly convincing Diomande that the project in Paris was far more glamorous than a rebuild at Anfield. With Diomande officially choosing the Parc des Princes, Liverpool's entire summer transfer strategy was thrown into absolute chaos. But Richard Hughes did not panic. Instead, he decided to play the ultimate game of revenge. If PSG was going to steal their top target, Liverpool would go right into the French capital and steal PSG's own prized possession. They turned all their guns directly toward Bradley Barcola. When you look at the raw data from the 2025-26 campaign, it becomes crystal clear why these clubs are losing their minds. Diomande was operating at a stunning 7.61 FOTMOB rating with his 23 goal contributions for Leipzig. Barcola, playing under intense pressure in Paris, managed 13 goals and 7 assists across 49 appearances, maintaining a brilliant 7.36 rating in Ligue 1. Barcola is a nightmare for defenders, a lightning-fast, highly technical dribbler who loves the left wing but can casually destroy teams from the right flank too. He's a product of the Lyon Academy, racking up nearly 130 Ligue 1 appearances before PSG bought him to secure back-to-back domestic titles. During the 2024-25 season, Barcola was completely untouchable, putting up an insane alien-like stat line of 21 goals and 21 assists. While his numbers dipped slightly last season due to a hyper-competitive French environment, his ceiling remains absolutely astronomical. And if anyone doubted his big-game temperament, they only needed to watch the 2026 World Cup in the United States. Playing for France, Barcola transformed into the ultimate super sub. Against Senegal, he came off the bench and scored the dramatic, crucial match winner within just 2 minutes on the pitch. Against Norway, he needed only 25 minutes to deliver a beautiful pinpoint assist for Desiree Due. He even played the full 90 against Sweden in the round of 32, scoring a clinical goal in a match dominated by Michael Olise. He proved he can perform on the grandest stage on earth. So why on earth would PSG even consider letting a player like this walk away? The answer lies inside a toxic cocktail of locker room politics, massive ego clashes, and a colossal €300 million financial blueprint that is tearing Paris apart right now. The reality inside Paris Saint-Germain is far darker than it looks from the outside. Bradley Barcola is deeply unhappy, and the tension is reaching a boiling point. The club's recruitment strategy has created a massive logjam in attack. When PSG signed Desiree Due and then splashed massive cash on Kvicha Kvaratskhelia, the competition became suffocating. Luis Enrique started freezing Barcola out of the biggest games. When the Champions League knockout stages arrived, the quarterfinals, the semifinals, the final, Barcola was left stranded on the bench. For a 23-year-old superstar who knows he belongs among the global elite, this repeated disrespect was a bitter pill to swallow. He wants out, and he wants out now. Conveniently for the Premier League suitors, PSG is currently executing the largest economic housecleaning in their history. They have set a massive target of €300 million in player sales this summer. They have already shipped off Goncalo Ramos to AC Milan for a whopping €74 million. Combined with the departure of Lee Kang-in, they easily crossed the €100 million mark. Randall Kolo Muani is packing his bags, and 18-year-old sensation Ibrahim Mbaye is being pushed toward a €50 million Premier League move. With Monaco's Magnus Akliash signed on a 5-year contract and the Diomande deal virtually finalized, Barcola knows his minutes in Paris are going to vanish completely. But do not think for a second that PSG will let him go for cheap. They are demanding a staggering, astronomical €150 million. It is a monumental fee, a true king's ransom, but it hasn't slowed down the absolute game of chess being played in London. Arsenal's sporting director, Andrea Berta, is playing a masterclass in tactical negotiation. He is running a parallel operation, aggressively talking to the agents of both Bradley Barcola and Aston Villa's powerhouse midfielder Morgan Rogers. Arsenal has no intention of signing both. This is a cold, calculated strategy to keep the leverage in their hands, ensuring they land the most economically viable, high-impact deal before the deadline slams shut. They're looking at a market where prices have completely shattered reality. When you look at the landscape, the numbers are dizzying. Manchester City recently dropped a mind-boggling $153 million just to sign Elliot Anderson from Nottingham Forest. That single transfer completely altered the market dynamics. If Anderson is worth that much, PSG feels completely justified demanding €150 million for Barcola, and Aston Villa feels entirely vindicated wanting over £100 million for Morgan Rogers. This entire transfer saga now comes down to 3 critical pillars. First, contract leverage. Barcola's current deal runs till June 2028. With exactly 2 years left, this summer represents the absolute peak value for PSG. If they do not sell him now or extend his contract, his price tag will tank dramatically next year as the threat of losing him for free looms large. Liverpool and Arsenal know this perfectly well, and they are using this ticking clock to violently chip away at that €150 million demand. Second, the tactical integration is fascinating. For Liverpool, Andoni Iraola's heavy, high-intensity pressing football requires absolute athletes.
He proved his system works by taking Bournemouth to Europe for the first time ever, and Barcola's explosive line-breaking speed is the ultimate weapon to fill the massive vacuum left by Mohamed Salah. For Arsenal, Mikel Arteta's obsession with rigid positional play and fluid winger rotation makes Barcola a flawless tactical weapon to upgrade their left flank. Finally, the looming shadow of financial fair play. Both English clubs have the financial muscle, but they are walking a dangerous tightrope. One wrong move, one overpayment, and they could face severe point deductions or transfer bans. This is not just a race for a player, it is a high-stakes gamble for the future of both clubs. Will Liverpool secure the crown jewel of their new era, or will Arsenal execute the ultimate hijack to complete Arteta's puzzle? The entire football world is watching, waiting for the final move in this $100 million war. If you want to stay ahead of the game and never miss the biggest tactical breakdowns, breaking transfer dramas, and deep dive football analysis on the internet, make sure you hit that like button right now. Drop a comment below telling me exactly where you think Bradley Barcola will land this summer. Smash that subscribe button and turn on all notifications so you never miss a single update from the channel. Share this video with your fellow football fans and let us get the debate started. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the very next video.